What's going on, everyone? Juice Bags here, and welcome back to my Hardcore Mystics only playthrough in Dungeon Defenders 2. We're here on Greystone Plaza Mastery Mode. Of course, we're just working through that Star of Dragonfall questline, and Greystone Plaza has got no defenses are repaired, no nodes, no cores fall below 90% health, and earn all stars in the same attempt. So I had posted up that I was potentially going to, record multiple videos in one series or in one episode just to kind of get through this particular playthrough. I'm still unsure what I want to do there yet. Long term, of course, it's better for me to have each episode split up if anyone comes back and is, watching the series down the road. However, boy, it is just a grinder going through these mastery maps when you know there's not really going to be a huge issue in getting the job done. So I'm still unsure what I want to do there. But let's get this built out. Let's see, we got no repairs. Defenses being destroyed are fine though. Let's see. How do we want to do this one? I mean, I feel like this one we just, we block it down here. And then we can just get a bunch of upfront killing. I forgot my pylons, huh? Let's get some pylons down. We'll do the same thing here. I want to get some upfront killing in too on this one since we do have all the extra DU. Well, where are we going to do it? I mean, we could put some up here. Once again, I can't repair defense. So something's going to die. I need to just let it die or sell it prior to its death. How do we want to do it? Well, here we can probably do something like this. We'll put two of them up front. We'll give those a pylon. Here we've got really the same opportunity. I want to make sure we're double dipping on those flyers here, though. Two up front and a pylon. What about this one, though? I don't care if anything gets destroyed, is the thing. Let's see, I don't think we're really going to need too much else. We can throw just one. We'll throw one up here like that and kind of see what happens. All right, then we'll get our trusty obelisk down and just call it good. I don't think we even need to spend all the DU. I can upgrade, right? Yeah, I can upgrade. That's the way to go. If something's about to get destroyed, I can just throw an upgrade on it. But let's let this one fly and see how it runs here. I mean, we already know how it's going to run. That's why I was curious if I could just combine multiple runs into one episode. A few people had commented that they felt the episodes were too short. And it's kind of a mixed bag. You can't ever make everyone happy as far as YouTube video goes. Generally speaking, what has always been considered the sweet spot in length is like 12 to 15 minutes on a YouTube video. Some people like to see 30-minute, 40-minute videos. Other people, anything over 60 seconds in there, they start shaking uncontrollably because it's too long. So it's one of those tough things to try to keep everyone happy as far as what kind of content you're doing here. Yeah, I mean, this is the first wave, and it's just an absolute steamroll. So I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and record? We'll do multiple maps on this one. So this is just not going to be an issue, I don't feel like. It's going to be pretty easy peasy all the way through. So why don't we jump on forward to wave number 5, and we'll get another map done in this same video here. All right, and here we go with wave number 5. I've been pretty much AFK the whole time besides the bosses. And just kind of have spammed upgrades around. So we'll go ahead and continue on that one. We got Shieldy Gobs up here. Let's go ahead and put the smackdown on him. And then can just pretty much just wait it out. This is the reason, one of the reasons I wanted to condense some of these. Once you get some shards in really any beneficial mods at all, Mastery, particularly the first 7 tiers, Chaos 1 through 7, are just really, really easy to do. The only challenging part of them is when you've got to like build 10 defenses or have the 30-second build phase or whatever. Then things can, of course, get a little bit more challenging. But the bulk of the challenge in Mastery mode is usually just fighting against yourself. It's kind of instinct to upgrade things. If it's a mastery challenge that has no upgrades, then of course that can be an issue. Not dying, a mastery map that has no deaths and then you fall off a cliff, that of course is going to be an issue. So it's usually kind of battling yourself. So pretty easy experience on that one. And we got us 5 more stars. So we got a new hero card. Not that we're going to need it, but yeah. Anyway, there we go with Chaos 1 Greystone. And now here we are in Chaos 1 Little Horn Valley. So we've got no auras, no anti-air, combat phase in under 180 seconds. Let's go ahead and build this one out. And kind of see what we can do here. I mean, I feel like we're just going to be doing business as usual. But let's see how we want to build it. Let's go with some snakes up here. Building some different spots from where we normally do it. And then let's go ahead and go with a wall there. And say a wall there. And then we can probably use this area for that entire section. I think here we would want to maybe get maybe 4 snakes with a pylon down. Did I forget to give them a pylon? No, I gave them pylons. All right, then over here, we got what? Just go like right there, and then we'll put the snakes. Something like that. This one could be a little sketchy for any melee mobs. All right, so then we're going to have some flyers. Let's just throw that in for generic flyer control. And then we can wall it here and get a little bit of line of sight. And then put our snakes back here. Something like that. We can even go with some more up top, maybe. That will help with the flyers, too. Now, what about up front, killing anywhere else? We'll get a little line of sight issues here, I feel like. But we can give it a whirl. And then we can go over here as well. A little more upfront killing. It's not going to be tremendous. So he leaves me 90 more. I definitely want an obelisk. We'll just throw an obelisk right there. And then we've got 50. You know what? Let's just let it fly. Let's throw both of those upgrades onto the obelisk and just let it fly here. And see how this one goes. Chaos 1 Mastery combined, well, just Chaos 1 period, combined with Gobu Boom. It's just such devastation. There's always so many goblins. The 180 seconds, of course, is 3 minutes is pretty generous on just about every map as far as the combat phase. Unless it's like a really big map and you're turtle building it where the mobs have to walk a really, really long way. It's almost hard not to be able to complete that one. Like here we're more than halfway through. And we've still got more than 2 minutes, 2 of the 3 minutes left, so. When it comes to just focusing on getting your hypershards, or particularly mass destruction, and not focusing on 100% completion, picking and choosing maps through mastery it's pretty easy to do. You're pretty easy to get things going the way you would want them. See, we got a doggo over here. Let's just throw a round of upgrades in here. And let it fly once again. And let's go ahead and rinse and repeat on this one. And we will, because this is going to be pretty AFK. So just let it go until wave 5, and we'll jump back in right at wave 5 here. All right, and here we go in wave number 5. Now, as expected, pretty smooth sailing. Just kind of spammed upgrades around. We do have a Slakelion here on this way or lane, and then, of course, we're going to have that roller. So we are going to want to pay attention to those. However, besides the mini bosses, I basically have just let it run, and have had no issue. Let's go ahead and deal with Slakelion, and now we can just wait it out the Siege Roller. So, don't anticipate we have any other issues. The challenges on this one, of course, very, very easy to achieve in this particular setup. And we'll definitely be looking for more of those. Maps with no traps, auras, or nodes are just going to be super, super easy mastery challenges to get knocked out on a Mystic only run. So that is the ones we're going to be kind of focusing on. This will be it for this zone. We're going to have to move to a different zone. See, we got a Drakenlord. That roller is going to take about a year or so to come out. Alright, Drakenlord down. The roller's just about clear. And there we go. So pretty smooth sailing for that one as well. Let's see if we can't get one more knocked out before this particular video is all done. All right, and here we go in one more. We bumped it up to Chaos 2 here. We're on Molten Citadel. So we've got combat phase, no anti-air, no defenses repaired. So another one where pretty not too difficult of a setup, really. So we're going to turtle this one. Turtling it, of course, does make the maps run a little bit slower. But that is how we are going to do it. And let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's go like that on the outside lanes. We'll do the same thing here. Trying to get a little bit of flyer coverage in. And then in the center lane, we will kind of crossfire it. Since we've got lots of DU available. So let's go something like that. And that will give us a large center lane area. But then additionally, it'll give us really good flyer coverage. Get the pylons in there. Get some pylons in there. And I mean, what else did we have? We didn't have any no traps. We got another one where we can't do any repairs, though. And then, of course, we can get some upfront damage in as well if we want, since we have so much DU. Just kind of spamming the traps at this point. I mean, let's just let it fly and see how it goes. I'm going to build an obelisk back here as well as the wave is running. And then we'll just spam upgrades onto that. Now, we're in Chaos 2 now, so we've got the cyborgs. So those sand traps will be getting disabled pretty heavily, but it was mainly, you know, there just as DU filler. Really no other reason to throw them down there. So we can't do any repairs on this one, right? Yeah, no repairs. So once again, if we see something about to get destroyed, then need to either sell it or upgrade it, or just let it get destroyed. One of the two. See, this one, even with a slow running turtle build, I think we're still going to have no problem completing under pressure for the combat waves. You know, the enemies have a fairly decent distance that they have to walk. But I just don't think we're going to have a problem with the 3 minutes. We do have kobolds making the run up. We're going to have to be cautious about them. See, we still got, what, 1 minute and 15 seconds left, and we're down to 60 mobs. So, yeah, I just don't anticipate there being any problem, really, on any of the maps that I plan on doing that have under pressure. I mean, this is about one of the slowest running maps you can get, really. I mean, obviously there's slower ones, but turtle building this map, the map is going to just run slow. Let's spam a few ups around and then let it fly here. We got our obelisk all the way. I'm kind of anxious to get back into expeditions and see how far we're going to be able to progress. I do feel like it was the right move to go after mass destruction, as mass destruction is just kind of the bread and butter of so many, of every really build in the game. Oh no. Okay, not dying was not one of the challenges. And that's where you just do yourself in. If do not die was one of the mastery challenges, I'd be screwed there. That is for sure. Alright, so I think we're going to be pretty much AFK. I'm just going to spam upgrades and not going to really prioritize anything other than just what's the nearest thing to me. So let's go ahead and jump on forward to wave number 5 and see if we can't get this one all closed out here. All right, and here we go in wave number 5. Pretty smooth sailing throughout. It is getting kind of close on the combat phase. There's so many enemies. You see wave 5 here has got 600 enemies, which is going to make the combat phase a little bit more challenging. So with that in mind, I am going to go and help out just a touch on the lanes. Kind of surprised. I mean, the first waves, there was just so much time left over, you know? Let's just get in here and we'll give a little bit of an assist on any of these lanes that have got a major build-up here. And hopefully we can burn through those enemies. We're down to 500. We still got 2 minutes left, though. I had, like, the last wave, wave 4, is where it first became an issue. And I had, like, 30 seconds left. But it was, I want to say it was, like, 100 less mobs. Alright, Drakenlord down. We got a Stone Wolf, too. Oh, the Stone Wolf's all the way up at the wall. Stone Wolf down, and then we got our lovely, lovely Siege Roller here. Oh, no. Not enough appeasement to throw any daggers at him. There we go. Big shot there. See, we got 80 seconds left and 300 mobs. So yeah, I spoke too soon on that one for sure. So we're gonna have to help out in these packs a little bit, particularly these big packs. You know, even though the snakes are so strong, it's a single target defense. So we've got basically three beams or 3 single target defenses in one. And, yeah. The enemy of single target defenses, of course, is mob density. So if you get lots of mobs, that is going to be the challenge. We got 40 seconds left, though. So I think we'll probably be cutting it a little bit close. But let's see how it goes. Let's get through this pack. "15 seconds. Holy crap, we were cutting it way too close. Are we going to lose? Oh no, bugged mobs did me in. Nope, and we lost it. So that is a big bummer. Because now we're 2 stars out, which means we're going to have to do yet another map to get to our 50 stars, which just sucks. But, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I chose this one. It's my own damn fault for not spawn camping. If I would have spawn camped, that would have not been an issue. But this map, we get issues with the mobs getting stuck behind these ledges. And it's already a pretty slow running map. So yeah, famous last words. I guess you can lose under pressure if, you know, you decide to turtle build a really high mob count, long running map. But it is what it is. We'll just have to move on from here. But that will get it for now, though. So thanks a ton for watching, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.